and I'm an addiction medicine specialist and psychiatrist at Colmac.
And I am Rennie G. I am a peer specialist, a musician, producer, and recovering addict.
And I'm Doc.
And I'm Rock.
All right. You know, Rennie, we got a question coming up from Johnny.
Johnny? Okay.
Yeah. So let's see.
What does he have to say?
This is a great question. I am a recovering cocaine addict with 7 months clean.
Good job.
That's not bad. 7 months,
good.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Johnny, you're on a good path there. My sponsor says that I can't even smoke pot. Can't smoke pot. But, A, I never had a problem with it. And B, it's now legal in my city.
That question.
Why can't I smoke pot?
I know that question. I hear that question a lot. I like how Johnny's very organized on this question.
A, B, C. Why can't I run around with a chainsaw in kindergarten? You know?
Right.
You know.
Wow. Well, you know, first of all, Johnny, legality really doesn't have anything to do with the safety of a substance. Cigarettes are legal, and as Doc and I were just discussing, you know, the statistic is 440,000 people a year die from cigarette-related complications.
Still.
That's this year.
Yeah.
That's in 2013.
Yeah, that's crazy high.
So legalization really is more about relieving punitive consequences and not putting people in jail for addiction versus it's completely safe. I'm a recovering addict, and I can speak for me that just because a certain substance wasn't my drug of choice doesn't mean it can't become. I'm going to use Johnny's format. It can't become my drug of choice because I like how it makes me feel, and B, as an addict, I have to also understand that the drugs really had little to do with my addiction and more to do with the outpouring of its expression, if that makes sense. So just on the side of safety and a good recovery, I would suggest that you don't smoke pot and that you figure out what it is you're trying to distract yourself from and maybe try some other more healthy distractions. You know, I'm all about distractions. I love movies. I like food. I like, hiking. I like doing all kinds of fun stuff.
Yeah.
And they're all distracting and are good for me.
Yeah. I think you said it very well, and I'll try to go through the ABC format as well, but I think I'll, Johnny, if I mess it up, I apologize. But I'm not even particularly worried that, you'll go on and have a problem with marijuana, although, the way you may, so I think the big issue is that, marijuana and the, THC in marijuana activates that same neurocircuitry. We talked about this before.
The limbic system, correct?
Yeah, limbic system and kind of this certain part of the reward center or novelty center in the brain, or processing centers, where that is lit up just like cocaine with marijuana. So it's the neurons are firing in the same pattern, and it just makes it so much easier to go and get back to the cocaine, because your thinking becomes the thinking you had in active addiction, because that same part of the circuitry is lit up, and it's beyond kind of the ordinary sort of cravings or urges. It's sort of urges and cravings on steroids, which you're experiencing with the pot. So that's A. B, you could go on and have a real problem with pot. Just because something's legal, just like you said, it's not safe. I mean, handguns, I understand, are legal, but it does seem like a lot of people do get shot, and and we kind of went through this period where alcohol was illegal, right? And then everybody said, well, let's make it legal. They didn't say it was because, gosh, the health benefits of drinking a
a glass of red wine a day.
Yeah, it was more like we can't have Al Capone around shooting people up, so we got to have
Indeed.
Yeah, so that was So that's what's happening with pot. It's not, I mean, there are some people who are saying it's, it's natural or whatever,
Uranium's natural too.
Uranium's
but I'm not
natural.
smoking.
Yeah, I'm not going to be, sort of mixing that in with my seltzer water or anything like that.
Good point.
Yeah. So
We are on fire today.
exactly. So, I think that again, I'm glad you're working with your sponsor. It sounds like your sponsor kind of has his or her head in the right place, and is giving you some really good advice. And continue, the 7 months you've had. Let's make it up to a year, 7 years. You're on a good track. So best of luck to you.
I did want to say one thing.
Yeah.
And that one thing is that one of the dangers of cross. What's the word I'm looking for?
Cross addiction.
Cross addiction is that when you're high on marijuana, your decision making process is going to be highly affected. So being high on pot, you're much more likely to go, a little bit of cocaine might not be bad. I've been clean for 7 months. I obviously have control over it.
Yeah, you think about it. I mean, we can go take a minute to look at does pot affect your brain or not. If I had to have open heart surgery, I'm hoping that surgeon did just use marijuana right before coming in the OR suite.
Absolutely.
I mean?
Very good point.
Yeah. So I mean, the same thing you'd want for your heart surgeon is what you should want for yourself. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We should dedicate this episode to Click and Clack, the Tappet Brothers.
Because
they laugh, they have fun, and I felt like this was that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, Click and Clack. We love you.
Yep. I'm Rock.
And I'm Doc.
See you next time.